Hello, this is Truedantalion. Second video on this evening, on the evening of April 29th. I always have to check my calendar here. I'm making this video to help someone do his homework. It's juz1093. Link is in the info box. Please go and check out his channel. Please do. He has asked for help. He has a school project going about social networking sites, and he makes a project with videos, and so he has 6 questions that I try to answer as swiftly as possible to stay at the 10 minutes limit. I even have a clock running here so I don't ramble too long. We are at 42 seconds. Oh my god, I have to hurry. So, question number 1. How often do you use social networking sites? For example, MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, etc. If we count those 4, then I have to say every day, and YouTube alone would be enough because YouTube is my favorite playground. So I use all of them, but in various amounts. This brings us over to question number 2. I'm good. Time, very good, very good. Question number 2, how many do you use? MySpace, I basically don't use at all. I just install that site and put some contents there, some profile info about me, and this is it. With Facebook, it is so I installed that some year ago or so to help out a friend, the Scottish fantasy writer Ricardo Pinto. Link to his website is in the sidebar. To bring some traffic onto his new Facebook site, and now I didn't use it for myself, except for just the other day I started to collect some online news articles to a sensitive topic, that school bullying is a topic, and I put these the links to these articles in my Facebook account because there was this fancy button. You can share it with your Facebook account, and so I did, and I even got some comments there. Holy moly, I even have 5 friends on Facebook. I don't know how I got them. No, I know because these are personal friends of mine, but it's nice because I got some comments and there's something going on. 2 minutes and 13, let's go on. Twitter, my god. I have a Twitter account, but I do not twiddly anything myself because 140 characters, what should I say about myself? That one fin in there. Impossible. I do not post them myself. Basically, I only answer to some posts for, because someone, wrote something funny or so, and then I can answer. Justin here is a very good twiddly. He's an honorary bird, by the way. But it's very nice. He tweets all the time. No, not all the time. So I answer to some posts there, and this is basically it. With YouTube, we reach the number 1 of these social networking sites because YouTube is something that keeps me kind of busy every day, either with posting videos, well, not every day a video, but nevertheless there's work to do, and then by writing comments on videos that I watch, that I find on YouTube, and also getting messages, receiving messages, and writing messages. And this particularly this part of YouTube, the messaging area, has become very intense for me and very time consuming also. And so I'll come to that back when I end question 4. But so to end question 2, YouTube is the one site that I spend the most time on. Question 3, do you consider yourself addicted? Do you know anybody who has been? Do you think it's possible to be addicted? Tell your story. Yes, I think it is possible to be addicted, of course, because it's something that is nice and that brings fun to your life or whatever, and you can become dependent on that. If you do not have any balance in your real life, and then the addiction is a little strong. As long as you can keep the balance, well, something different. Do you know anybody else who has been? Well, I'll skip that one because every one of my friends is kind of online and is taking part in social networking sites, and yet we are still able to see each other. So yeah, if they are addicted, then they are addicted as I am addicted, and I must say a little bit yes, yeah, kind of, because YouTube is very important, and nevertheless I work, nevertheless I have social contacts outside of the virtual world too, and so I'm trying to keep this balance. And if there is an addiction, no, there is an addiction, come on, let's be honest, but I try to at least keep the balance. There are times when it is heavy because the YouTube context gets so intense and really time consuming, but yeah, I try to. Question number 4. How have they impacted your A, work or school life, and B, your home life? Well, work or school. School for me, no longer, too old. But work life is very convenient. I work mostly at home, at the home office, and so I can combine these two things. If something comes in from YouTube, then I can check it out and answer it in the middle of everything. This is no problem. But the good thing is I'm sitting here in Germany, and my contacts either are in America or farther to the east. For example, in Australia. Yeah, hello. No Australian accent intended here. It was just kind of a colorful hello. So my friends in Australia are some 10 or 12 hours ahead of me, and my friends in America, they ask me, how is the future, because you are 6 hours ahead of me. And so I can combine these things. Work life, etc. is outside of these online activities and social networking sites. These things mostly happen in the night times, and I am up till 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the morning, sometimes 5 a.m. and it works because I can shift my time schedule accordingly, which doesn't mean that I only get up at 11 a.m. in the morning. No. I get up early, but I get enough sleep, so it is enough for me, and so I can combine these things and do not basically have to cut back on my work life or make any other restraints here. Question number 5. Do you think the world would be a better place without social networking sites? There I say a definite no, because over mankind's history there have been so many wars and so many brutal acts and atrocities, because one race didn't know another race, one country, one people didn't know their neighbors, and so there was war afoot everywhere. And so here with the online possibilities, you have the possibility to exchange yourself, to make yourself visible to someone in Australia. Yeah, I can tell you how the weather is here. We're facing springtime now, and it's getting warm, etc., and you are racing towards fall and winter, which I find particular and interesting and hardly can imagine, because when I look out there are flowers blooming and leaves on the trees, etc. It's interesting, you know. I can see these things. You can show me, and it makes the world more colorful and more, how do I put this? You get a better contact, depending, of course, what you do, depending on the amount and the kind of exchange that you have. But for me, I can say it is only interesting culturally and from my friendship side, etc. It is very interesting, and so definitely the world would not be a better place without the possibility of social networking. It's always a question what you make of it. And finally, any other stories or info you want to say about social networking sites? This is the miscellaneous part. I cannot come up with something here. I think how I use YouTube, etc., is maybe a little bit particular, with focusing not so much on making videos. I have made an amount of videos, yes, but it's always finding other stuff that interests me, collecting stuff in playlists, writing comments, saying my opinion if I find something good, and I only write if I find something good or interesting, and I try to find something in every video, because the video poster has put an amount of work in there, and maybe some ideas, and there may be just a pinch that is interesting, and I do not let that one drop. So I do not write, oh, your video is 1 minute and 30 long, this is awesome. No. But, you know, I see things, and it's important to me to bring them across, to tell them to someone. And feedback is important. I also like feedback, get feedback from my subscribers or from my viewers, and I answer them. And it's interesting to exchange one another in this kind. Okay, we are at 9:57, so I can now come to an end. I reached the 10-minute mark, and I try to find my stop button. Justin, I hope your project will turn out great and that my rambling here was of some kind of help. You can edit out all the crap you don't need, and the 10 seconds that are somewhat usable, put them in, and hopefully I could help. Wish you a nice day, evening, whatever. Bye-bye.